calendars, we need to chat.
She just let me know, but they show no fish. Didn't say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. Didn't say you found it, but she doesn't want.
It's your girl Cajun Roche, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm figuring it out. And we have to talk about Love Island because it's just too much going on right now. And next week, no, not next week, but the week after that. Excuse me, guys. The week after that, we will be back on schedule with the summer bucket list, okay? But let's get into this Love Island stuff because it is too much going on. Like too much. So at this point, you know, Love Island is over. The finale is done. And I feel like ever since everybody got out that villa, everything just been going like literally like, okay. For one, I'm still mad that y'all kicked. Y'all voted Shelly and Ace out. That was not on my bingo card. If anything, I was not expecting them to go home before the finale. They definitely deserve to be in the finale. Regardless of what y'all feel about them, they deserve to be in the finale. Huda and Chris really could have gone because who y'all know break up on the final date? Like, come on now. Like, y'all been seeing that Chris was not feeling her no more. Like, y'all should have sent her home the first time. Pepe and Iris, well, now we know that's all fake because he done went back to Hannah and she done went back to TJ. They was keeping each other company. Yeah. Basically. They was going to thug it out and win the money together. Like, they was faking it. That's... Okay, I digress. I love Nick and Landria, and like, don't get me wrong, when they first was like, you know, it was because I wasn't peeping it. I was like Alandria. I was not peeping the signs at first. Like, I didn't even peep that Nick kept picking her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't peeping that he was saying little stuff. Excuse me. I did not peep that. So I thought like when they got together, they finally coupled up, I thought it was just like, nah, he just doing this to stay in the game. You know what I'm saying? I apologize because now I'm a big Nick Alandria supporter. Y'all got my heart for real. I love that like Alandria got her happy ending because that's what she deserves. Like, you know what I'm saying? And after all, you know, I did not like Clark at first because of like the situation, but I actually do like Clark. I actually like Clark. I don't like Taylor. I still don't like Taylor because you're wild and you still don't see how you were wild, but that's a whole nother story. I love Chris because Chris also didn't deserve that from Huda. Huda has problems and a lot of people enable her, and that's not right because I feel like Huda is a attention seeker and she don't like to be wrong, so she always manipulates stuff. Excuse me, guys. I have a cold right now, so it's like, okay. Huda is a manipulator. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. She's like the type of person, and don't get me wrong, she's not the only person out here like this. And you know, okay, so I'm gonna start with Huda. I'm gonna tell y'all why she always rubbed me the wrong way. For one, every time a bombshell came in and they went after Jeremiah, it was an issue. Girl, that's the point of the show. Relax. If this was like in the real world, okay, I get you. You know what I'm saying? You're valid, but this is not the real world. This is the villa. Chill out. 2, she said she only has like 2 real friends, female friends outside of the villa. Everything that she has done up to this point has proven why she only has 2 friends. To me. Because from my experience, every female that I've been around who say, oh, I don't have any female friends, I just don't get along with females, this, that, and the third, they were always the problem. Or, you know, they're just lesbians who's one of the guys, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm still cool with my friends just like that. But the ones who's just like, oh, I just don't deal with females because they're weird, this, that, and the third. Yeah, nah, it'll never works out because I just feel like something has to be, it's a common denominator. Every friend group you go through, you always end up with no friends. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a common denominator. You're the problem. And that's what I knew right then. Right then and there, that's what I knew. But Huda don't take accountability. And I see a lot of people saying like, oh, no, she took accountability, when it's like backhanded accountability. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, of course I did this. Like, that was the point. Like Shelly said, she does stuff and it's good in the hood as long as it benefits her. She set rules as long as it benefits her. Once those things does not benefit her, you're breaking girl code. You get what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild. But Huda is the type of person who, she has to be the victim. She gets off to being a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go out your way. I don't know. I watched the whole interview, y'all, and like, okay, her childhood was her childhood. I'm not taking that away from her, but when it started getting to the school stuff, and she's like, this happened to me in school, and I got up from the girls' table because I didn't really like them, this and the third. I just felt like, why is it always like a villain in your story? Even talking about her baby father, like, it's always a villain in your story. But you never once said, this is where I went wrong in this situation. You get what I'm saying? Like, you never said that. Everything that's ever happened to you, the way you put it in that podcast, everything that has ever happened to you was all somebody else's fault and not your doing at all. Like, you had no parts. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's the victim stuff I'm talking about. And I feel like you have a bunch of supporters that enables that behavior. So in coming out the villa, like, well, you was in the villa, you was like apologizing, like, oh, I see where you guys are coming from, I messed up, this and that. But as soon as you seen people was backing you even when you're wrong, you took that and ran with it. Yes, you made a statement saying like, oh, I don't condone any like type of violence and this, that, and the third. But if you riding for Alandria like you say you are, or that you like painted this picture that that's your girl, this and the third, you should have stood up a little bit harder. Like, oh, like, I love all my fans, but y'all need to stop doing the weird stuff. Like the whole George Floyd situation, that was weird. And for you to date black men, as I'm not gonna say that's all you date, but from what we've seen, that's kind of like your type. You like black men. And what happened to George Floyd happens often in our community. So the fact that you haven't spoken on that, saying that like they're wrong, like on that specific situation, I feel like that kind of says a lot about you as well. But look, this is not the Huda show, so we're gonna move on. But yeah, I hope like during the reunion, everybody kind of get clocked. Like, that interview was straight BS. Even the person interviewing her, she was also enabling her, feeding into it. She was feeding into the BS, and I was just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, I feel like as a journalist, we learn not to be biased. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot be biased. Like, you have to tell the story. Tell the story, get the questions out. But I felt like the host, like, well, it is a podcast. Like, a lot of people are just podcasters and not journalists. So she did it on some like, oh, she's a part of Huda HQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it gave like very like, oh, we're going to paint this out to like work in Huda's favor versus like telling the truth. And it's no way everybody in the villa saying you sat on that man's face. and you saying you didn't. It's no way everybody saying you did, you didn't. I'm just saying. But it's just the principle with a lot of stuff. My papaya, I love that she won. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I do feel like, you know, Shelly and Ace should have won. They were the longest connection that was left. And everybody who was in the finals low-key just got together. So it was just like, okay. But, I mean, I'm good with I'm happy with the final results. My papaya and Brian and Nicolandria second. I'll take it, okay? I also felt like Huda was a little delusional for thinking Chris should pick her up and walk her through that water. That was kind of nuts. Even the countdown was... Okay, we're not going to get back on Huda because I'm going to get mad. What else? I just hope during this reunion, everything comes to light and they'll be able to address things. I hope that, like, Shelly, Alandria, Nick, Ace... all the people that I like, I wish they all, like, I hope they all, like, learn from this experience and, like, you know, blossom in their career moving forward. I hope Taylor apologizes to Alandria because I think in his head, he thinks Alandria is mad that he didn't choose her, when that's not the case. Alandria is upset, and I think all of America is upset because you led her on that long when there was other people in there trying to connect with her, and you prevented that from happening because you was trying to stay in the game until something better came along. And I think that's where, because y'all could have made like a little deal, like, you know what I'm saying, oh, we don't really see each other romantically, but we could still be in a friendship couple until somebody come our way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just communicated that, and you made Alandria look dumb in front of like millions of people, make it seem like she was chasing you and stuff like that, like, insane. Even when she was about to get voted on, you talking about some, oh, why would we keep her in the villa? What if she tries to explore me? If you just picked a whole nother girl in front of her face, why would she? Okay, like, you're feeling yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you bigger than the program, Bookie, and you're not. But I digress. Yes, I love Love Island, and I'm not a big dating show kind of girl. I really don't like dating shows, but I ain't gonna lie, Love Island kind of tea. It's kind of tea these last 2 seasons. I hope they do better with recruiting people next season. Now I've been watching Beyond the Villa, and I'm kind of excited to see PPG and their men back on the screen. I'm excited for that. I'm kind of already irritated because Kayla is on here crying already. I did not miss that. But, you know, Kayla's still a sweetheart. So, yeah, I'll give y'all updates on that. And I am so ready for this reunion. But if y'all want to have a little debate, that was just my little thought piece on Love Island so far. But if y'all want to have a little debate, we can. So, yes. This your girl Kasia Morshe. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Coming back for good, so